What's up guys, and welcome to another video here on the CMB Tech YouTube channel. And in today's video I am going to be doing a video, and it's going to be a review of a laptop that I have recently bought over the past month. So this laptop is the Dell Inspiron 5000, so let's get straight into the review. So before we get straight into it, let's have a talk about some of the specifications on this laptop very quickly. So in terms of the RAM, it's got 8GB, it's running an i5-7200U, it is also running that i5 at 2.5 GHz with a turbo boost to 3.1 if it's needed in things like rendering, exporting, and just when any hard tasks come to the computer. It also has a 256GB SSD along with a 15.6-inch 1920 by 1080p screen. Also, as a bonus, it does have a AMD Radeon R7 dedicated graphics card, and this is a very fast graphics card and it's great for speeding up the laptop in hard situations, so that's another thing that really makes this laptop good. In terms of ports, we are not left with a little amount of ports. We have two USB 3s, one USB 2, an SD card slot, we have a headphone jack, we have Ethernet, HDMI, and then also the charging port. It does also have a disk drive on the side. The weight of this laptop is reasonably good. It's on a par with most other laptops of its type. The screen does have a few disadvantages, but on the whole it's good. It's got good brightness levels, nice and bright, also as well as good sharpness. It does have a bit of disadvantage, which is that it's a matte screen, not a gloss screen, and also it does not have the best viewing angles compared to other laptops. Now, another thing to note is the keyboard. Now, the keyboard is another thing that I was really impressed with this laptop. It's got just the right amount of travel. It's got a really nice feel to it as well, so you could do long typing sessions with it if you're doing long documents, presentations, that sort of thing. It is not backlit, and it does bend if you press it in the middle a little bit, but not enough that you need to worry about. Another thing to note is that it does have a number pad on the side, so if you're into the number pad thing, then you do have that as well. This has a good mouse pad actually. It feels really comfortable, it is a good size. I don't really use the mouse, but it's got some nice firm clicks on each side. I prefer to use a mouse externally, but it's actually really rather good. Thickness is also another thing. The laptop's not too thick, but it's on a par with some other comparable laptops. So this laptop actually performs very well. When it comes to the more complicated things like photo and video editing, it handles Photoshop and Lightroom incredibly well, so you don't need to worry about that. It's got rather quick export times, mainly due to that dedicated graphics card, so that is a very good part of that. And I've edited loads of photos already. To add, this laptop is also very quick at doing things like turning on. When you have got it and you turn it on from the shutdown, it also comes up very quickly, and I was very impressed with that. The actual opening of things like Photoshop seems rather quick as well. A few other things I do like is the fact that the on button does have a light, so you can see whether it's on or off. A thing I'm not too much a fan of, and it was one of the big disadvantages for me, and one of the reasons that I was kind of a bit worried about purchasing this, but it's not too bad in the end, is the fact that the back of the screen is a gloss where the logo is and all that sort of thing. It's gloss, not matte or any sort of finish, it's just gloss black, which does mean that it shows a lot of fingerprints and will probably in the end show up a few scratches as well. This laptop does come with a webcam. It's actually a quoted widescreen 720p webcam, but to be honest, I would not recommend using it for professional situations, as it is incredibly bad quality and it's not really worth using. So you would have to consider that in the price. If you are someone who uses webcam a lot, you will need to purchase another webcam, which may cost you £30, £40, £50 plus, depending on what you are wanting to do. Now, the Windows 10 that it is running is the home version. Now, to a lot of people, and me included, the battery life is very important when they buy a laptop, as they're going to be using it for long periods of times without a power source. Now, it depends on what you're doing. As with most laptops, they claim a very high amount. This one claims up to 10 hours, but we know that that will be only on light use. But I've got about 3 to 4 hours from things like Photoshop and Lightroom after a full charge, and then things like Google Chrome and Microsoft and all that sort of thing will be able to last a lot longer, and I'm actually quite impressed with the battery life on the laptop. Now, the speakers are another thing that is rather good on this laptop. They're not industry leading, they're not from any well-known company like my old laptop, which actually had Bang & Olufsen speakers. It's just a claimed Waves Max Audio Pro. They're actually alright. They actually have a very, very nice loud volume, so you're not going to need to worry about that. So wrapping this video up, I think that this Dell Inspiron 5000 laptop has been great to me over the past month. I really recommend it. It's also good for when you have, it is a very good computer, and I would highly recommend it. Now, the price, as I said briefly, is £700. Now, I'll let you decide whether that is good or not for this kind of laptop. But I think that is one of the best ones you can get for the price. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and also subscribe. And as usual, social medias, go and check out that Instagram and Twitter, both at cnbtech_. Cheers guys, bye for now.